What's up, everybody? I'm doing a podcast. Those of you that's live streaming on Facebook, you're welcome. This will be live streamed, as always, to my free Hot Moms group. If you're not in there, it's for career goal-oriented women. Gals have a lot of things going on. 6, 7, 8-figure women, aspiring to be 6-figure women. You don't even have to be a mom. I am the MILF maker, and we specialize in helping you lose weight without having to do cardio and really give you the answers to why nothing's working and nothing has worked. So we end the struggle for you. But really, more importantly, we help you step into massive power, feeling like a bad biatch. Okay. Anyway, I was not supposed to be successful. Hey there, Casey Ship here, fitness model, hormone expert, and a master energy healer. I help goal-oriented women clear out the reason why nothing has worked and finally step into their purpose and get everything they've ever wanted. So this podcast is called You'll Never Believe Who I'm Marrying. You'll never believe who I'm marrying. So I was in mastermind, right? I was in my mastermind. I have a few different types of programs and different tiers. We have, low-end courses. We have high-end things. We've got private. And I've got this thing called the Hot Moms Mastermind. And in there, we've got, like I said, a lot of career women. They come to me when they're doing all the right stuff in the gym. They're eating well, but they're just not losing the weight. It's they paid all the coaches. They've gone to all the doctors. They've even tried functional medicine. Half of them are on testosterone and thyroid medicine, and something's off. And so we actually clear out the reason why they ever struggled in the first place, so that we clear that out. And then they start getting hot. That booty starts getting round. It's way easier. They're eating more food. Their libido's up. They're getting promotions. And so it's just kind of like their whole life finally gets to be the way they've always wanted it to be. So that's what we do. But anyway, so I was in the mastermind and this gal had posted, and I don't know, a lot of you, comment below if you can hear me in the group. Comment if you have gone through some shit, man, in November and December. It was it was kind of gnarly, but also it's winter. Okay. This happens every year and we act like it's something new. So wintertime, grief, just frozen, dead, sadness, you get it, right? It doesn't have to be that way, but it is. So a girl was in the group and we're all emerging. We're coming back out. And we're like, okay, wow, new year, here's our goals. Here's what we're doing. But she said, I fell off, or I didn't fall off. She didn't say it like that. She was just like, I'm so thankful for this group. I went through some things, and she was beating herself up. Pretty much she was beating herself up for not being perfect. Okay. Anybody else do that? You're lying if you don't raise your hand. You're lying if you don't raise your hand. And like I said, those of you that's new watching this will be on the Hot Moms Lifestyle podcast. So I have a shit ton of podcasts, so you can just listen. You don't have to watch the video. Anyway, she was beating herself up for not being perfect. All right. Like most of us. Okay. Being a woman, it's just part of who we are. Perfectionism. And actually it stops all the women that are dead in their tracks, and we help you to clear that out, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, I told her, I said, listen, you have to look at this thing like wedding vows to yourself. For those of you that's never been married, let me read to you the wedding vows. And I want you to put in the place of you getting married to this person. I want you to put yourself as the groom or the bride, whoever you're supposed to be getting married to. I want you to put yourself. Okay. In the name of God. Those of you that don't believe in God, it's just God is love. So in the name of love, I take you blank, yourself. I want you to put yourself in the blank. You got it? So I take you, Casey, self. You can even close your eyes. We'll do a meditation. Shit. It's yourself to be my wife, husband, whatever. Here we go. To have and to hold from this day forward. Get this, for better or for worse. How do you think you're going to love somebody for better or worse if you can't even love yourself for better or worse? Because every time something happens, you fall off your diet, you miss this, you fuck up, you do XYZ, and you beat yourself up for it, or you're not feeling high vibe every day or whatever, and you beat yourself up. You abandon yourself. Well, I ate that, fuck it. I'll just stay off. I guess this wasn't for me. I'll just quit. See, I knew it wasn't for me. I'm overwhelmed. I knew I shouldn't have signed up. We can't even hold space for ourselves for better or for worse. What makes you think you can do it for someone else? Yet, most women hold resentment and are constantly saying, if my wife only did XYZ, I would be happy. If everybody else would pull their own weight, if everybody else would just do a little more and they're almost there. They're 10% from being perfect. Bitch, you ain't even perfect. For better or for worse, for richer or for poor. Now, this one hit home with me because for fat or for skinny, for 10 extra pounds or 10 less pounds. We need to add that in the vows, minister. You see where I'm going here? Now, for richer or for poor, how many people do you know start having problems in their marriage when money gets tight? How many of us get stressed the fuck out when money gets low and we start acting out of that stress? Huh? You're lying if you don't raise your hand. All right. So for richer or for poor, yet when we feel poor, when we feel like money's running out, we abandon all ships. We stop spending. We stop doing this. We stop fucking believing. We just completely go into our shit, which is money trauma, which we clear out in Hot Moms. We show you why you're having that kind of stuff because it's directly correlated with your weight and your health. That's why we always, it's those roller coaster rides. When you can understand how to hold that floor when it gets low, because there's a way to do that, you're going to experience life in a much different way. But how many of you know, like when the person gains weight, when when whatever happens, it's like we say things, we don't like them as much. And really what it is they don't like themselves as much because nobody understands. Everybody, blah, 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 these wedding vows. Bullshit, man. You know what the divorce rate is right now? I mean, it's ridiculous. But if you looked at ourselves, this is why. Nobody wants to take responsibility. Okay. So I want you to get married to yourself today. I'm remarrying myself. And I encourage you, I invite you to the wedding. Dude, we need to cue White Wedding right now by Billy Idol. For richer or for poor, in sickness and in health. How many, I've been here. When we're sick, dude, oh my God, the world's ending. Sadness, depression, we've beaten ourselves up. We did something wrong. We ran ourselves down. We knew we shouldn't have done this to humans. Man, that's just going to happen. We have to recalibrate. But in sickness and in health, man, in sickness, we want to abandon, we want to quit everything. We want to quit ourselves, quit our dreams. Let me just stop doing everything I was doing because I don't feel well. To love and cherish until parted by death. And even then, you're an eternal being. But do you see how the wedding vows, if we turned those wedding vows inward and really, really felt those wedding vows to ourselves, what would life be like if every day we could step into a little bit more unconditional love for ourselves? Well, I'll tell you what'll happen. We would actually start losing the weight. We would actually start feeling like we had time to say yes to ourselves. And we would actually start giving ourselves permission to feel good and do the things that bring us joy. Well, Casey, I just wouldn't work if I had to do. Right. Because you're fucking miserable and you need a different job. You need a new outlook on life. You need to wash. As my grandmother would say, wash. You need to wash your fucking mind and soul in your body. So I want you to get remarried today, right now. I want you to start really flipping the script and being aware of whatever you see out there, whatever you see in me is in you. So if I'm pissing you off, I'm a projection of something else in your life that has pissed you off. And not until you get to the root of that and fully accept and love yourself. And a lot of you, I know, because I didn't know how to do that. You hear it, self-love. Man, nobody teaches you how. They just make you feel like you're fucked up. And if you're not high vibe all the time, then you're not going to be anything. Bullshit. The beauty is dark and light. I was just talking about this with John Whiting and Bulletproof Entrepreneur. Highly recommend listening to it. We were just talking about this. Like everybody, every guru, every teacher, every person is still human. Man, I am fucking flawed. I am human, which means I am flawed as a human. Now, we are eternal beings. We do have a soul. We have this thing inside of our body, right? The mind, body, spirit. I fully believe that we have a spirit. Yes. Comment yes if you believe that you are a spirit inside of this meat suit. So not until we work on our spirit and our soul and how we think and the emotions we think and why we think those emotions, will our outer reality change? Will our bodies change? I get on the phone. I hear women on the phone and they say, I've tried these diets. I've done keto. Nothing's working. I've done cabbage diets. And I'm like, and she's like, I used to go to the gym and I would go, I was doing the diets to lose weight, and everything stopped. And I'm like, there you go. You were doing it because you were you thought you were a piece of shit and you're going to the gym so you'll be skinny and more worthy. That's why you fell off, because at our core, all of us struggle with this thing of feeling worthy. And we kind of struggle with feeling not loved sometimes. So we have to do the work on our spirit and soul so that we show up to the gym, we show up to the dining table with a different energy of loving ourselves enough to feed ourselves something healthy, to move our body, not so we'll lose weight and all this. Let's honor our bodies because, right, we just got remarried. If you got married to someone, you'd be like, oh, honey, You don't feel well. You've been working so much. You need to kick your feet up. How about let's do that for ourselves? Okay. So the next time you feel the money goes down, the weight goes up, the da 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 happens. Go back to the wedding vows. For richer or for poor, for better or for worse, for fat or for skinny, for tired or low energy or a shit ton of energy, I unconditionally love and accept myself until death, until you can't make those decisions anymore. Dude, how would life be? Right. So that was just a huge shift for me when I was saying this to Stevie. She was like, holy crap, I just had a like shift when you said that. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. It just came out when I was talking to you. Right. So I want you to kind of just chew on this and look into like weddings and look into the actual meaning and the spiritual meaning of weddings. And I want you to like put it back in and onto yourself, because what we're trying to do here at Hot Moms is teach women. And I actually just got done. So I just got done with a self-worth belief generator. What happened was, I fall into these things where I don't feel worthy. I get pushed up against new edges and like growing. And when we grow, we level up, we feel fucking crazy. And we feel like, am I doing this right? We have self-doubt. I mean, I do. I'm just telling you about me. You may feel like confident and crush the world. Everything's easy to you. Well, for me, it wasn't, but I would still, continue and do the thing. But I was like, with this anxiety and this fear about going to the next level and changes and stuff like that, like what's something that can help me and these women shift into just self-worth? Because if we believed we were worthy, we wouldn't have a struggle. I promise. We wouldn't run into things that were hard. Dieting wouldn't be hard. Money wouldn't be hard. Relationships wouldn't be hard if we felt worthy of having it. I promise. I can't make this up. Now, there's a paradigm out there where you can like fight tooth and nail and run yourself in the ground, adrenal fatigue, and grind and literally like lose everything in your health for $1 or for help, to look like a fitness model. But I don't want what comes with that. I've had that before and it's shitty. I kind of want the things, but I want to feel. It's really a feeling. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, do you want to feel sexy and confident and certain and rested and peaceful? Or do you just want to look a certain way? Well, you're like, I really just want to feel it. Right. Because if you feel it, you are that. That's why you want that, because you think that's going to bring you the feeling, and it's not. I mean, if you can ask anybody that's ever lost 50 pounds on a keto diet or strict diet, because I know I'll get women saying, I love keto. What are you talking to you? But if you've busted ass like I used to do and eat tilapia and do cardio and like really fucking kill yourself and try to look good, it's not fun. And even in that mindset of like, yeah, grind, rah, 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 that's all coming from unworthiness, because we don't feel like we're enough. So we're going to try and we're going to do all this. We're going to overachieve to prove we're worthy. And our shoulder caps are big enough to deem ourselves credible and worthy in the fitness industry. Now, that may not be your story, but that was mine. And so I wanted to create something that women could do within 30 to 40 minutes that would change their mindset because a lot of the reason we have anxiety and fear about something is because we're stuck in this traumatic, our nervous system is stuck in this cycle of things being hard, and we're waiting for the shit show, right? Instead of, well, I'm worthy of this working out. I'm worthy of having this thing. So anyway, I'm really excited to share that with you. Those of you in the mastermind, I already gave you the rough draft, but we're actually getting it finalized like with a professional. So I'm super pumped. I don't know how I'm going to launch that to regular public. I know how I'm going to give it to mastermind. So if you're not in the mastermind, just hang tight. Maybe you could just DM us, let us know you want to be on the wait list or something for the self-belief generator, and we'll get it for you. But anyway, just hearing this whole thing about marriage and imagining you're getting married to yourself can hopefully bring some of you into the union of spirit and consciousness that equals the love you're looking for. Because we're all, at the end of the day, kind of looking for that thing, but you can stop looking, because you've always heard this, it's inside. So hopefully this will kind of like shift the paradigm a little bit to where you can see like, okay, wow, I see. And you can only give like what you have. And when I started this journey, I was very, very empty. It's very toxic. It's basically like a narcissist, right? And every one of us still healing. I will forever probably be on my deathbed, still learning lessons. But I was just kind of like really fucking broken, man. Really fucking broken. And even at my best, I had a fucked up way of giving. I would give too much, and then I would resent, and then I would be empty. And I would be lying if I said I still have it like all figured out. My heart chakra still gets, off balance while I'll do too much and I'll give too much. But I just wanted to share, hey, I have tapped into, I have healed some shit. I have transcended and transmuted. And I want to share with you that there's a much, much vaster space here that can be poured into that you don't even know you have access to. I want to teach you how to get access to that so that you can step into the energy and heal your nervous system to match the frequency of the things that you want with as much ease as possible. Okay, that's kind of what I want to do. And, I know that a lot of you are wanting to hear about how we healed from December, and I will definitely share that with you. Stevie said same. Gina said learning to navigate this meat suit. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, me too. And anybody, I don't care like how advanced they are, even like the shamans and these powerful, powerful medicine women that I work with, same thing, because we're all human. We are all, unfortunately, in the 3D. And while we're here, there's a way to be here and actually like enjoy it. And if I can share some of the things that's helping me to enjoy it with you, well, then now that feels better to me, so that's kind of why I'm doing this. So anyway, check out the replay. Let us know the afterthoughts. Look, you may not get the breakthroughs right now. Just know that the transmission is there. You listen to this video, your soul heard it. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to what's going on around you. Pay attention to your thoughts, synchronicities. And if anything comes through after this, just come and put it back on the comments or let us know in the free. You're like, hey, oh my gosh, this is what came through for me. And when we witness like what's coming through for you, it's actually going to turn on these receptors for other women. And through the connection with all of us, the energy gets stronger and it just gets more powerful. So looking forward to seeing what comes through. So from today moving forward, remarry yourself. Get married for the first time. Really. I thought about being like really extravagant and getting like a wedding veil for this video, but I just had to say it now. So anyway, thank you, Stevie, for sharing what you did in the mastermind that like spawned this idea. I hope it helps. If you're listening to this on a podcast, be sure to give us a review, share our shit. If it's on YouTube, but I'm actually going to have to film different YouTube things. I'm realizing now in the marketing game, like you have to film different videos for TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, podcast. So fucking A, right? But that's all right because it's fun to me. Okay, talk to you soon. We will get this up and out. This is it. I've got a free training, caseyship.com/register. Be sure to grab that and then join my free Facebook group and just reach out. Struggle is not required. So hit me up, caseyship.com/register. Talk to you soon.